What's going on, everybody? Red Velvet is back, and we have a special guest in studio, Coach Chuck Sorrell. How are we doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. You know, it's a Sunday. It's kind of our day off, and until tonight, and I get to go home and watch some film and get ready for North Putnam this Friday night.
Oh, yeah. Well, I thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day to talk with me. Yeah. We'll get down into it. Just give a brief review of who you are for the people who may not know you.
You know, Chuck Sorrell. I'm the head football coach at South Putnam. That's going on my 7th season there. We've been pretty successful the last few years. We finished 11-3 last year. Got beat in the semi-state championship. You know, for a chance to go to the state championship, we got beat 35-30. You know, and we've been talking all year. That's 3 years in a row that the state champion has beat us, 4 out of 5 years. And, you know, we're real tired of getting beat by the state champion. So hopefully we've done enough this offseason that we can beat, you know, a team like Providence or like Lutheran when it comes down to the last week of the season.
Yes. So the last 3 years you've lost the state champion.
We have lost.
Man,
Lutheran, and then Providence. So I mean, if you kind of see what we got there, it's. I'm not saying that they don't recruit, but you know,
not at all.
We are not South Putnam Christian. So.
Well, Final Four though, that's pretty impressive. I've never made it that far in my life.
Yeah,
so.
We've got really good kids. You know, we have a really good program. South Putnam's won a state title. They've been a runner-up in a state championship, and it's been a long time. You know, I think when you're at a place that the expectations are so high, and we're so close right now that you know, the fans, kind of like Friday night, we had a county jamboree, and fans are everywhere, just excited for football. You know, South Putnam's known as a football school. You know, it's one of the ones around, like Linton is known as a football school, and South Putnam's really known just as a football school. We've been good in other sports. The other championships there were softball, and our softball team is getting better. Their expectations is to win state too. So, you know, you got 2 really good programs in the school that they get one goal. We want to win state.
Absolutely. So how was the jamboree the other night?
It was good. You know, it's when you got 4 coaches in the county and 4 really good programs, really. I mean, Greencastle's young quarterback is highly touted, or, you know, that people want him. He's getting college visits. North Putnam quarterback, he signed at Butler already, and they're expected to be a top 10 in 2A. And then Cloverdale's gotten better. I mean, they were, I think, 5-5 last year. They've had a couple move-ins, and they looked really good Friday night. So, you know, I think all 4 county schools, you know, want to be good in football, and we get them all into one field. And you know, we scored on the first play.
There you go.
So, you know, that's always good when you can run the play that everybody knows we're going to run, and we go for 60 yards. But I'm sure Greencastle will be more prepared in 2 weeks when we play them in the regular season. So
absolutely. Well, it's okay to know the playbook.
Everybody knows we're going to run. If you can stop it.
You just got to stop it. In the off season, I mean, good off season prep and everything. A lot of kids coming out.
Yeah, we are at 60 players, which for a 1A school is, I think, everybody else in the county has under 40. So you can really see the depth we had Friday night on our sidelines. Our sidelines are full, and I think North Putnam had 35. Greencastle was around 40. Cloverdale's around 40, and you can just kind of see. You know, but it goes back to the expectation thing. Now, do we have 60 players that are ready to play varsity football? No, but we have good young players, and we've got a lot of guys battling for special. You know, I've got 4 or 5 seniors that special teams is going to be where they help us this year, and that's what they'll find out tomorrow when we get the scouting report. Is here's how you're going to help us win, and when you have numbers like we have, you know, we've all paid our dues. We start lifting. Every day we lift in class because I'm in the weight room with the kids, but we start in January. We start throwing the football around and doing stuff to kind of get us ready for football, and we've had really good turnout. And our summer was, I schedule some really good teams in the summer, and Western Boone, Danville. We went against Knightstown, who's ranked in the top 10. We went against some really good teams that kind of see where we're at, and I thought, you know, for the most part, we held our own, and looking forward to see how we do Friday night against when it really matters. So.
Absolutely. You're starting off county rival, North Put.
Yeah. It's crazy that you have to play our 2 county rivals weeks 1 and 2. that's the way the conference worked. Greencastle and North Putnam got out of the WIC and they joined the Monon Conference, I think it's called. And it kind of left us, we're either going to play you week 1 and 2, or we're not going to play you. And everybody in Putnam County wants to play each other. So it's the only really way to get it on the schedule. And, North Putnam's going to be a tough week 1. So,
absolutely. That's a big test right there, but you're still getting to play for is it the bucket? Is that the barrel?
Yeah, it's the bucket. And honestly, I don't have no idea who has the bucket. I know that when football comes around, we've seemed to have it, but it goes away during basketball and baseball, and then we have to earn it back. So
okay.
I think it's all the boys' sports, and so football, baseball, basketball, and usually Greencastle ends up with it in baseball. And so when we beat Greencastle, hopefully we get the bucket.
Don't forget the bucket, Greencastle.
That's right. Sometimes they might forget it.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. I mean, so the outlook for the season, I see you're playing a team out of Charlottesville. Are they new on the schedule?
They're new. So Eastern Hancock, which is you go down 70, it's right there just past Greenfield. If you look on the right, there's a school sitting there, and that's where we're going.
Okay.
Their head coach was Pat Echevarria, who we coached together at Pike. And I said, hey, let's play. Let's get a 2-year deal. Let's play. We're both pretty good. We're both about the same distance from Indy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we get it on schedule, and then he leaves 2 weeks later. So now we are driving an hour and a half or 2 hours, whatever it is, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to play a coach I don't know anything about. But it's going to be a good test. Their quarterback's really good. Supposedly they got a tight end getting recruited by Ball State.
Oh wow!
So it'll be a good test for us. Week 4. So we got 2 county games, and then we got going to Eastern Hancock week, I think 3 or 4. I can't remember which week it is, but we got our hands full out
the ringer right off the bat.
And obviously we're ranked 3rd in the state.
Yep.
So it's better than last year. We ranked 1st, and we opened up with Lutheran and Speedway, and then North Putt, knocked us off last year. Mm-hmm. So that's obviously we don't want that to happen again. So
yeah. Well, and you want to challenge the kids going in, getting ready for that tournament, and that's
being 3 is better than being 1. So
that's true. Yeah, being 1, there's a lot of eyes on you.
Being 1, everybody's got a little pressure on it. And you can't make those mistakes, and we made a few last year. So
well, that happens. That happens.
And I think we're right where we should be. I think we're a top 5 team. Are we going to be playing like that in a tournament? That's why we play 10 games to get into the tournament. So,
and that's what I like. I mean, you're prepping yourselves,
right.
And also, the WIC, you have contracts, and a lot of people forget that high school teams have contracts. They think you can just go play anybody. Like, hey, you want to play next weekend? I mean, that they got to take that into account.
Now that Greencastle and North Putt are out, the WIC has, we have to play every team. So it was a big side, small side, so we pick up not only those 3 games we just talked about, we have Sullivan in the middle of our schedule. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the schedule, we find ourselves coming to Northview. And, Coach Rates and I, we know each other really well. We're really good friends. But, I'm hoping we're both 6-0 at that point. And somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. But,
absolutely.
Hopefully it's South Putnam. I know Mark hopes it's Northview, but I wouldn't mind a big win at Northview. That's going to be a challenge. I mean, we know, but again, we're a 1A team, they're a 4A team. If we come out here and compete, and keep it close, and it makes us feel better. If we get a win, then we feel really good. We just hope that we come out here and they don't blow us out, kind of where we want to be. So,
do you have any individual game on your calendar circled? Like, all right, this is the one.
Well, week 1 is what we've been talking about, because North Putnam came in and beat us last year. We've only lost in my 7 years. We've only lost to county schools 3 times, and North Putt's beat us twice. We went back, and I was watching the film even yesterday. We were watching it together as a staff. We held them to a field goal, go down. They march on us. We hold them to field goal, go 3-0. And as you're watching, I'm just watching the defense. And the next thing you know, the score pops up and it's 10-0. And I'm like, well, I forget what happened. So I went back and watched, and we snapped the ball in the end zone on a punt. So they end up scoring on our offense or on our punt, on our special teams. So you go back to 6 years ago, my first year there, we snapped the ball in the end zone against North Putt that week too. So obviously special teams are big time for us this week. We've put some in last week. We're really trying to work it. You just don't get to work those things in the off season. Like, a lot of the coaches this week are going to put in their extra point team for the first time, their punt team for the first time. So, it's not a game that we want to go into not prepared for our special teams, but it's also it's when you win a county game in Putnam County is big, and Greencastle got us a few years ago, and they were so excited. It was like their Super Bowl. Now we treat county games. We want to win county. That's our goal. I mean, that's the first goal we have is win county, then win conference, and then win state championship type games. And North Putnam is going to be ready for us, and I'm hoping we're ready for them. And so we've had them circled, just because that's a game we have to get out the gate and win. Right. And obviously, if we can get out that and get that one out of the way, then the next circle was probably Northview. But that's a long way off. It seems like a long way off, but football will be over before we know it. So
that's unfortunate. Yes. It goes fast. It's such a fun time, and it's so fast.
Yes.
I was looking at some stats from last year. You had a young man lead the nation. That's right. I said the nation. Right. Greencastle, South Put, and Greencastle, Indiana leads the nation last year in tackle.
Yeah. Keenan Myra Shields, really good player for us. He's not only a good football player, he's Final 8 in wrestling this year. He was top 15 or 16 in the shot put this year. He's an all-around good athlete and all-around good kid. But yeah, if you watch South Put football and about every play, you'll see him somehow make a tackle. I mean, we watch it. We talked yesterday that if you hold a kid up, like if you make a tackle and don't take him down, Keenan's going to come and run you over. And he's 6'3", about 240 pounds. So you better get him down or you better let go because he flies around. And he's getting in. He's got MAC schools and a few Big Ten schools looking at him now. So he's not a a lot of people say, oh, you mess the stats up. And you should watch us. He makes a lot of tackles. But the colleges are starting to notice him now, and hopefully we can get him in a really good school. And he's only a junior, so the good thing is if we get him signed this year, he can have fun next year. Make a lot of more tackles. So so
that's
good player. We got a lot of good players. But he is a special player. So
I have yet to watch him in football. I just saw the stat line. I watch him in track, and oh my,
yes, he being we're wrestling fans. If you look at him, he definitely looks like a WWE wrestler.
He does. When I walked in, I was like, "Is that Brock Lesnar?" I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
He's put together very well, and he works hard at it. I mean, he's. My daughter she goes, "What does Keenan eat?" And I said, "He eats." Not that I want her to look like him, but he eats chicken breasts and rice. I mean, he's and then when he cheats, he goes to B-dubs, which we all
probably
do that.
Still healthy.
Yes. But he eats everything he's supposed to eat, and he puts things in his body and makes himself to look like he looks. So looks a lot better than us. So
that you got that right.
That's right.
You got that right.
Oh yeah.
So on game day, what is Coach Sorrell's rituals?
So the good thing is I'm in the weight room with our kids. So we actually our hardest lifting day is a Friday.
Okay.
We do high intensity, high reps, not heavy weights, but we get after. We go 10 sets or we go about 5 sets of 10 on the high pulls, and then we do 10 to 12 sets of cleans on game day, and then I let them do biceps at the end just to kind of. They think they look good.
Gotta get the gun.
Oh yeah, so they hurry up and get through it, but they're getting such a pump that it's worked for us. I don't know if it's what we're supposed to do or not supposed to do, but it's worked for us.
Hey,
we're winning games, and so I get to be with the kids. I kind of make sure that it gets me in the mode too, because it gets them excited. They know what's going on, and then after school, we got 2 places we eat, and one. We either, if it's an away game, we go to Arby's, and we sit down, and I usually have the French dip if it's on sale, but sometimes it's too expensive to get just regular roast beef. And then if we're a home game, like we were Friday night, we go to a place called Lou's Diner.
Lou's
Diner, and they have these big old tenderloins, and we all get tenderloins, and we all take the whole thing half the home because it's so big, but that's kind of what we do. We eat Lou's Diner and kind of just talk about the game. And we sit there until about 4 o'clock. Kids come back about 4:30 on a home game. And you know, if you've ever been to South Putnam at 5:30, I make my little walk out to the field and I play Boys of Fall. And then I know it's a football time. So for about an hour and a half, we play Boys of Fall. And then, of course, you should see the playlist. I got about 5 or 6 wrestling songs on it. Oh, yeah. And the kids are like, what is this? I'm just listening. I mean, it's good for you. You know, a lot of good entrance songs on there. Real American was the first one that plays. Stone Cold plays. The Rock plays. Randy Orton plays. And then
you got Seth Rollins on there.
Seth Rollins is on there. So I think that's the 6 football or wrestling songs on our football playlist. And then after that, it gets into Bring It Out and, you know, Metallica and all that kind of stuff. But my ritual is Boys of Fall and then wrestling songs. So from 5:30 to 6:15ish, you're going to hear those things at South Putt. And, you know, once the kids are out, then it's a little bit different music wise. But, you know, at 7 o'clock, we're ready to go. But, you know, 5:30 is kind of when I hear that Boys of Fall, and I always walk around the track and I walk down the middle of the field, and it's hard to beat that song. So
it's a great song.
Yeah, it's a real good song.
One of my favorites.
It's a good song for football. So.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And it's even better when it's a little chilly.
Oh, yeah. It's like this week I sweat just walking from my office all the way to the field. I was like, well, it'll be a fun game tonight. And all the coaches were sweaty. And, you know, after we got done, we were like, now what do we do? We just want to sit down in an air conditioner. So hopefully this heat dies down a little bit and gives us a break. So
absolutely. It's going to be the next couple of weeks will be just a little brutal.
It's brutal. Yeah.
So be sure to turn the AC on.
Well, our air conditioner went out yesterday.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. That's I was supposed to be here a half hour earlier, but my wife goes, you got to call an air conditioner guy. I said, okay, I'll call somebody. So we got the air conditioning and working.
There we go.
Yeah. It needed done. So,
well, that's enough football. We got to talk wrestling.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
The new WWE deal. What do you? It's going to be $1,200 a year to be a wrestling fan, and not even include attending shows.
Oh, I know. It's so amazing that where the sport has went as far as, you know, they say, well, you know, everybody's talked to, well, I don't watch that stuff. Then somebody's watching it because they're making billions of dollars. and I mean, can't be just me and you watching the sport. It's so amazing to me how big it's got. I mean, you know, we went to the Royal Rumble in Indy, and I told Callie, I said, you know, this, I think the WrestleMania is coming to Indy, and I think the what's the other one that's going to come to Indy? SummerSlam. I said, we might not be able to afford it next time. I said, we spent some money on these tickets. But I said it just seems like it's so expensive. It is. And it looks really good at home on my big TV. So, it does. You know, are we going to pay that money to go? But again, you know, if it's $1,200 on the TV, then you might want to go to a live event. But I mean, they're just making lots of money. You know, their stars are, you know, Hulk Hogan, I think, opened the doors for a lot of wrestlers to kind of do stuff other than just be a wrestler. And obviously, The Rock is maybe the biggest name in entertainment, and John Cena has done kind of the same. But if you look at a lot of movies, there's wrestlers everywhere. I mean, MJF was in Happy Gilmore the other day. Yeah, I was like, is that MJF? And it was. It's like you just see wrestlers places, and it's kind of amazing. You know, it's not the old school days when Macho Man was on one commercial, but now they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. It's mainstream again. Yeah. It's fun. I mean, what are your thoughts on like all this crossover, like TNA? So WWE partners with TNA, they buy AAA,
right?
And it's
as I'm not a social media guy, so I don't get to keep up, and you just see so many wrestlers, and you're just thinking, how in the world can they get all these guys on TV? I mean, but then you look and wrestling's on, you know, 4 or 5 days a week. If you look at the right channels, and there's so many avenues for, you know, being a wrestler, getting exposure. And, you know, I think they're talking about it today on Busted Open. They were talking about, you've got to get yourself over. If you don't get yourself over, then you're not going to make it. And there's so much competition, which is good. I mean, competition's good. And, you know, I think the storytelling sometimes is really good in some of the wrestling things. And, The others is more just matches. I think AEW likes to put matches together.
They're just wrestling.
And WWE has a lot of stories.
Absolutely.
And, is it a man's what do you call them?
Soap opera.
Yeah. I think so, but obviously my kids like it. I'm a no yeet person, but
what?
I'm no yeet, and my daughter yeets, and everybody else yeets, but I don't. I no yeet.
Oh man! So you weren't yeeting when Jay won the Rumble?
I was not yeeting. I was like, oh my goodness, no. Everybody else was yeeting, and I was booing, I think.
Oh man. But it's cool. Like, so I commentate for some indies, and it's cool seeing that transition. Ashton Adonis and Brandon Beretta, OVW tag champs.
Right.
Ashton Adonis, former Dinerpod champion.
Wow.
Jake Painter commentated for him, and he is in TNA doing some work. He got beat up by NXT guys a few weeks ago.
Isn't it crazy?
And it's just like, this is cool.
Yes.
And people who dog wrestling, I'm going to look at the camera right now. You dog wrestling, that's on you. It's the greatest sport in the world.
Yes.
There's something for everybody.
And if you miss a week or two, you better learn to catch up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard, and think about all these people that dog wrestling. They'll watch Survivor and Big Brother, but then they'll dog wrestling. It's the same thing.
Same thing. Just wrestling's cooler.
Wrestling's cooler. Yes.
Exactly. And there's something for everybody. If you want death matches, there's there's GCW, there's AEW. I mean, there's something for everybody. And I tried to do a talk show on that one time, and I did it for a long time, and I finally couldn't do it anymore because there's so much wrestling to consume, and
to cover it is.
If you can't do it, if you miss a week, you're out. I mean, AI has been really helpful, but sometimes AI is a little off on a couple things, so you got to watch it. But
it's exciting. I mean, it's. I think Monday nights is we know what comes on, and we used to watch the FBI series, and I think they've moved it to Monday nights, and we was like, well, I guess we're done watching FBI. That was kind of our Tuesday night show, but they moving them. Sorry, CBS. So
how do you handle Monday Night Football and Monday Night Raw?
That's tough. We watch wrestling usually, and then once it's over, I flip to football. I'm not I watch all the pro games. I don't say I'm not an NFL fan because everybody obviously watches NFL. They're the biggest company out there.
Yeah.
But I usually turn it on after wrestling. Mm-hmm. I don't need to see every play of an NFL game. Now, college, I enjoy watching some of my college teams.
Absolutely.
But as a football coach, and a lot of us, I don't know how coach rates and some of the other guys are, but we have football 24/7, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, and then Saturday morning we get up and we usually got youth football, JV football, and we're breaking down the team we play the next week. It's just like 2:00 when you get home, and just like, more football or just kind of chill. And I usually take a nap, and then we usually watch the night games because I'm an SEC fan, and a lot of the good games, to me, good games are on from 4:00 on. So, again, that's fun. But then Sunday when I wake up, it's, trying to get back in the routine of, like today, I've been trying to get ready for North Putnam all morning. And then tonight I'll get ready for North Putnam. And if I catch an NFL team or game, or, good. If not, then I missed it. So, yeah.
You can watch it on ESPN.
Now in November, December, when football's over, now I can watch some NFL.
But, and that's when it gets real good.
It's when it gets good, and just, I don't really watch other sports. I try to follow the Reds, but they're hit or miss if they're good or bad. So other than that, it's wrestling and then some football here and there. So
I don't blame you.
Yeah. And wrestling, Monday night. And we watch Wednesday night sometimes. It's on the TV. We don't really pay it much attention. Then obviously Friday night we don't get to see this time of year, and then all the pay-per-views we watch. So
you got Monday night Raw, Tuesday night's NXT, Wednesday AEW, Thursday's TNA and OVW, Friday SmackDown, Saturday's Collision.
Right.
It's a full-time job watching wrestling.
Most Sundays are pay-per-view. Well, and a lot of pay-per-views went to Saturdays now. So it's.
How do you like that?
I don't know. And, I thought it, because like the other day it was over like 9:00, and I'm like, man, it's Saturday night and it's already over. Like I'd rather be 9 to midnight or something. I said, but I'm sure they're hitting an audience that, I don't know, maybe wrestling fans go to bed at 10:00 now. I don't know, but it just kind of, we watch it, we put it on, but in the summertime it's hard. I mean, we want to be in the pool. I'm not mowing my yard until 9:00 at night because it's so hot right now. And but we figure it out, and we have a good time. We my neighbor is definitely not a wrestling fan, and we make him watch the pay-per-views with us. And then last night I had to watch the MMA stuff, which I'm not into that, but
yeah,
it gives us a reason to be together and
absolutely,
maybe have some adult beverages. And this is fake, and I'm like, well, this MMA is boring, so
exactly
lay on each other and do. I said, man, wouldn't you? What if they did a flip off the ropes or something? Wouldn't that be cool, Jeff? He's like, that's fake. I said, well,
I don't know. I was in the Rumble. I don't like my chest was bleeding. That didn't seem fake to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't want Gunther hitting me than that.
Or Braun Breaker hitting the ropes.
No.
Dude, that little YouTube guy got broken in half.
Yes. I don't think I'd want that right now.
No.
I mean, my back hurt bad enough getting on my truck. So, let alone being Sheamus hitting me with 10
bell
yeah,
chops or I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
No, thank you.
I mean, I don't want my chest all bloody.
No. The Undertaker hated getting chopped. He said, don't chop me. You can do whatever else. Just don't chop.
No, don't. Please don't.
And it's predetermined. It's not fake.
That's right.
The hits are real.
I bet it hurts.
Yes.
I mean, if I landed on this floor, it hurt a little bit. So
yeah, I'm good on all that.
Yeah.
I'll sit in a chair and watch and cheer. That's where I'm at.
I will too. Yeah.
It's a good time. But well, thank you for taking the time to hang out and talk.
Welcome,
I know you're a busy guy. You got a big game coming up Friday.
Big game, week 1. So hopefully we start off 1-0, and in 6 weeks from now, maybe Coach Rates and I can sit across from each other here.
Ooh.
See if we
yeah.
I don't know if Mark would do that.
We'll do a press conference like WWE used to do.
Yeah, I don't know. Mark's pretty laid back. I mean, I know he's going to run power. He knows I'm going to run counter, and who can stop who the most. So
I like that.
Oh yeah,
power versus counter.
There you go.
To you at the Dinerpod.
That's right.
At this time, I want to thank our sponsors for letting us do what we do. Wabash Valley Plumbing. They lay pipe. That's our slogan, not theirs. Peak Performance Gym. RJs Formalwear. Stitched Embroidery and Apparel, and Haute Co. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, sponsors. Thank you, subscribers. And for 99 cents a month, you too can support the Diner Podcast on Facebook. Coach, one last time, thank you.
Thank you. Go Eagles.
We're out of here. Go Eagles. I can't believe I just said that. Keep pushing. Love y'all.